Okay, this is TapTapKaboom vlog, episode number 2. And we're going to start with my Mac. Now, it's over here. It has been frustrating me so much. So, this is what happens. When I turn it to sleep, when it goes to sleep, when I press the button at the back, it's a big iMac. It's an amazingly big, powerful iMac. It's meant to be the best. But check this out. When I push that little button at the back to make it go to sleep, or I tap the Apple menu and then say sleep, great. But sometimes when I turn it back on, man, it's restarted or it doesn't turn on. And this is so frustrating. I lose all of my tabs, all of my multiple windows. I have to restart everything again. I'm just like, it's the worst. So I took it into Microfix, which is an authorized Apple reseller, fixer type of person. And I spent so much time talking to Apple people. This is the support staff on the phone. I got even to speak to higher up engineers, senior support staff. I reinstalled my operating system twice. Once was a clean install. It's like having a new Mac. It's actually really easy. And so none of that worked. I took it in to get replaced or repaired, and they replaced the logic board. Don't know really what that does, but apparently they couldn't reproduce what was happening when they were trying to fix it. So they just replaced something. It was all under warranty. They said it should fix my problem, but they didn't know. So as soon as I opened it up, when I got back home, same issue. So I've been through a lot of phone calls, a lot of walking to and fro with a big fat Mac box. It's not so fun. And what this did was it disrupted my week. Now, in the last episode, I mentioned flow hours or focus hours, and man, I flipping love these focus hours. So this is what I do for focus hours or flow hours. From 9 o'clock until 12 o'clock on most weekday mornings, I work on what I need to work on. So what I've been working on this past week, or trying to work on, is my 100 web characters book. It's been super fun. I've been doing a lot of drawing or handwriting. I've been laying out a book in InDesign. Now, I never ever touch InDesign, and it's actually pretty fun. I've got like 100 or 200 pages worth of character illustrations and stories, all handwritten, hand-drawn, well, on an iPad, and it's been super fun. And while I've been doing this, man, my eyes have lit up. I don't know if you watched The Flash, but when he starts to do his speed thing, you see those little like lightning bolts in his eyes. That's what I felt like this week working on that. It's been amazing. Now I'm super pumped to work on a children's book or just do a lot more illustrating and story writing. It makes me so happy, so pumped. I'm just super glad and super happy that I get to work on stuff like that. Now, the other thing is my Just Start class. Hopefully going to be ready in 1 week or 2 weeks. I've had a lot of fun writing about that, and hopefully going to be filming this week. And you may see this new microphone thing. Still trying to figure out lights and cameras, and we've just upped our game, but man, it feels like there's a bit of a learning curve. Now, these focus hours that I'm talking about, these flow hours, not quite sure which one I like, focus or flow more. What I do is I come work in my studio on my Big Mac when it's here, and I don't have any email tabs open. I don't have a WhatsApp thing open. I don't even have my phone in here. In fact, I don't open my phone until after lunch, which is amazing. It means I don't get into emails, WhatsApp conversations, I don't check Instagram, nothing like that. But this week has been different because, man, it feels like I'm on a roller coaster. Sometimes I'm super creative and inspired. Other times I'm just really frustrated with my Mac. Other times I'm walking in Amsterdam trying to get my Mac fixed at in my flow hours, and it's been really frustrating. So I've had this week that has just felt really good and really frustrating all at the same time. Back to flow hours. So flow hours for me is amazing. I have this thing called a time timer, which you just go, pew, and it counts down from whatever time you set it at. Maximum time is 60 minutes, and then when it gets to the end, maybe it'll go off in, I don't know, a minute or two. You'll hear it. So the thing is that I set 3 hours. I have 1 hour to do something and 2 hours to do something else. So what I've been trying to do is do 1 hour on my 100 web characters book, and then 2 hours on my Just Start class. And then I just work, and there's no other distractions, no email, no messages, no like, oh, I want to see what's happening on Instagram or Facebook or something like that. No, I started doing this probably at the beginning of the year or the end of 2019, and this is what was happening. I was doing a bunch of work, and every time I paused, I would then check my email. Just like tab over to Google Chrome, hit that refresh button, no emails, great. Sometimes there would be an email, then I would have a choice, like do I respond to it now, or do I keep hold of it in my mind and try to respond to it a bit later? Tricky. Whatever happened, I would stop working on what I really wanted to work on and do this email thing. So I didn't really get too much work done when I used to work like this. Another thing is I would have my phone. It would just be right here by my computer, and every time somebody messaged me, hey, I'd have a look. Or, man, I like playing chess with my dad online. You should totally do this if you like playing chess or you have a family member in a different country. It's a really cool way to keep in touch, and chess is really good for your brain. So I play with my dad, but sometimes it gets really intense, like move, and then that's the time timer. So what will happen is I'll do a move, and then my dad will do a move. Ooh, that's really cool. So we'll just keep on moving. And it's not like you have this chessboard in front of you and you're staring at each other in the eye. You're trying to work in between. So sometimes I play really bad chess because I'm actually concentrating on something else. We make a bad move, and then, takes my king, takes my queen, whatever, checkmate. And it's really frustrating. So it doesn't help my chess, it doesn't help my work. So my phone stays outside of the studio now. Now, inside my studio, I just do these flow hours, like intense work. And outside of my studio, on my laptop, it's really cool. I have 2 computers, an absolute luxury. That's where I do my emailing. That's where I respond to students. That's where I, talk to people. That's where I do all the admin stuff that I want to do. So that's a little bit around flow hours. I've also started reading this book called Make Time by a guy called Knapp. Maybe that's his name, or Knapp, not sure. And John Zeratsky. I think they call him Jay-Z or JZ in the book, and it's fantastic. It links to this Just Start class that I'm making. It links to these flow hours that I've been getting into, and it's all about making time for what you actually really want to do. And they have this thing called the busy bandwagon and infinity pool. So busy bandwagon is like email. There's always more work to be done. People are always asking you to do stuff. You're always busy. And as an adult, man, I found this to be so true. I'm always busy. I always have things to do. And it feels like I need to really try hard to carve time out of my schedule, into my calendar. And this other thing, infinity pools, there's always more that you can watch, scroll through, do. And that's frustrating. Like Netflix, there's always more series to watch. On Facebook and Instagram, there is just always more and more and more stuff to scroll through. Pinterest, man, I could spend days just looking at other people's awesome stuff. So what this book is about, it's like a bunch of strategies, tips, tricks around how to actually do work that you want to do. It is amazing. So a lot of the stuff I've read before, I've tried before, I've implemented before, and it's amazing. But I've probably only implemented 1 or 2 things at a time, and I've won a battle here and there or for a period of time, but then slipped back into an old habit. But this book is like a war strategy. This is how to win the war. And it's a whole bunch of these battle strategies all together, all in one book. And when you start reading through them, it's amazing. So now what I've done, on my phone, I don't get any emails because that stresses me out. It means I want to answer or think about it right then and there rather than being present. WhatsApp as well. Man, I message a lot of people on WhatsApp, or a lot of people message me. I'm a part of a lot of groups, and it's sometimes quite frustrating. So notifications on that is off. And my phone is on Do Not Disturb until 12 o'clock. That means if somebody needs to get hold of me, they can phone me or message me. Everything else, no notifications until after lunch. Pretty cool. And I'm slowly deleting apps, removing things, and working on this idea of spending time on stuff that I want to do and getting rid of the stuff that actually I don't really want to do, I haven't chosen, I haven't said yes to, and I'm feeling the benefits of it. It's amazing. But I haven't finished the book yet. When I do, I'll post a review on Goodreads. It's been really fun doing that. Now, the next thing that I want to talk about is Lalala Land. I'm just going to log into my computer here quickly because I'm scared it's going to go to sleep. Don't do that, computer. Now, the next thing is Lalala Land. Now, I don't know if you've watched Lalala Land, but I watched it a few days ago and it was amazing. Like, it did something in my heart, in my soul. It was fantastic. There was like magical scenes. There's music, there's jazz, there's, the choice of working on your thing, like pursuing your passion, or just, getting a job, or doing something that brings in money, but it's not what you really, really want to do. And then there's people, and the choice between choosing people and the people you love versus the things that you love, the material possessions, your dreams. And I found it to be like this really heart-wrenching struggle, and it was really cool. I felt inspired to, one, pursue what I really want to do and help people pursue what they really want to do, but also just enlighten people and show people how important love is and how important other people in your life are. I think we could get to the end of our lives and just be, really accomplished. Like, look at us, we've done so much, but man, you just leave this wake of ruined relationships and friendships, perhaps a bunch of pain. I don't want to do that. I want to have fun. I want to have fun with people. I want to, invest my time in relationships, and I want to have done a bunch of stuff. But I want to love people first. I want to put people first and not just my work. So that means that it's people first. In my life, it's also God even before that. And then work stuff, but important work stuff like making books and making classes. And last, very last, is replying to emails and replying to, or just even reading emails that I subscribe to. Communications like, or things like Instagram, like scrolling through that, or spending time on Pinterest. Unless I actually want to do it, I'm not going to do that, because there are way important things in life. And I've realized that, big realization, that we only have one life, which is, cool. We only have one life, but that means that I don't want to spoil it. I don't want to mess it up. I want to do the things that I want to do. I want to do stuff that makes me happy. I want to do stuff that is challenging. I want to do stuff that changes the world. I want to do stuff that changes individuals' lives. I don't want to just sit back and, I don't know how to explain this. Just accept other people's defaults. Accept that I need to do a bunch of stuff or watch a bunch of Netflix series to, kind of fit in or to make conversation. I don't need to know what's happening in the news. I don't need to respond to every single email. I don't need to be in the loop on every creative thing that's happening in the universe. I don't need to do that. I want to be me, and I want to have fun, and I want to do the stuff that I've put on my list. And so 2 of my words this year, I normally come up with a bunch of words, actually 1 word every year, but this year I've come up with a bunch of words, and 2 of them are finish and boring. And you might be like, that is boring, and what the heck does finish mean? So finish means I'm actually going to finish projects this year. The projects that have been in project limbo or project purgatory for for the last, I don't know, 6, 12 months, some of them even years. Like, I have this thing called the Giz Giz machine, and man, I really want to make it. It's useless, but it's super fun, and I want to put some time into that this year. So I don't want to watch so much Netflix. I want to spend more time doing the projects and spending time with people that I want to spend time with this year. And the word boring is, how the heck am I going to do this? Well, I'm going to set up a routine. Flow hours. I'm going to be really boring. I don't have to be the most exciting person doing this, saying yes to everything. I can spend some time at home. I can wake up at the same time every day. I can put in my hours. I can just be step by step by stepping. And that's what I want to do this year. I want to be someone that finishes stuff. I want to be somebody who's present when I'm around people. And I want that to come through in my work. And I'd love to help other people be present and pursue their dreams in my classes and the stuff that I offer them. So that is it for TapTapKaboom vlog episode 2. I hope you enjoyed it, and I will see you next week.